Well, let's kill some bottles and make a blend. Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. So today, as I said, we are going to kill some bottles and make a blend. So let's pour up some of this. One of my favorites, Wild Turkey 12. Alright. Now we're just going to pour a little bit in there. Now, this was already the Wild Turkey 12 blended with the Blantons that was left in the Australian red gum wood. Then I extracted it out, put the Barracuda rum in there. I've even added in some of that. But you know what? Let's open up this little blend bottle and bottle kill it into the blend. Alright. And there you go. Bottle killed number one. Alright, let's do that first. Alright. Now we got some Blantons. Let's pour up some Blantons in this glass right here. Alright. And then we are also going to... Oh dear. Alright, here we go. And then bottle kill number two. Here we go. Alrighties. Alright. And then we even have a bottle kill number three. This is the Talisker 11-year, obviously the natural cast strength. I love to normally save a little bit of these because the extreme peatiness, you know, that smoky element does add a component to it. So you know what? Let's grip some in there. Bottle kill number three. There you go. Alright. Let's put that on there. Put that on this one. Alright. Now, before we even taste that, we also have another blend that we created here. This is extremely Australian red gum, so if anyone remembers how I made this blend, let me know in the comments. Maybe we all have to go back on our videos. This is why it's good to take notes, guys. Take notes, make measurements, so you can always try to recreate the blend that you're making. But let's have a taste of this Wild Turkey 12 by itself. Yeah, not bad. But you know what? I have a little blend here, which I believe is components of the Wild Turkey 12. I think maybe it has some of the Elijah Craig, but I finished it with a port, so probably a chocolate port, chocolate tawny. But you know what? Let's finish off the Wild Turkey 12 and try this blend. That's nice. Alright. Ooh. The chocolate's coming through. I like that. It's creme brulee, it's chocolatey, it's creamy. It's like a milk chocolate, not like a dark chocolate or anything. You know what? Let's have a taste of this. Oh, that's pretty good. Man. I know, should be cleansing the palate, but you know what? We're just zooming through. So this is the Blantons by itself. Man, the finish of that other one, the chocolate, finished with the chocolate tawny, is still going. Look at this teardrop pimples. Almost spilled this because this wasn't closed. I went to grab it. Damn. Now, we also should try this. This is intense. I mean, look at the colour. Look at the colour of that. That is first fill Australian red gum. You can tell by the reddish hue. Alright. Now this would be one of those, if you want to add it into your blends, it's going to definitely bring out that red gum. Oof. That is just full blown red gum. Oh, wow. Let's have a taste. Cheers, everyone. To me, it's not tannic. To me, it's not bitter. But if you're not used to red gum, maybe you're going to say it's really woody. Very red gummy. It's not bad though. I want to add some in, so you know what? Let's create that red gum vibe. Grabbing some of this blend, whatever is in here. All I know is it must be first fill red gum. Here we go, we're going to add some in. Still got some left. Oh my goodness. You know what? We can even add some of this blend in there too. This is what makes this one a mystery blend. It's that unportioned and unmeasured that it's going to be hard to replicate. Put a lid back on that one. And let's yes, there's a lot of floaty stuff in there, but we're pretty much essentially barrel proof. You know, straight from the barrel. We didn't filter it, we didn't strain it through any stockings. This is just straight up poured from the red gum into here. So you know what, we're going to let that sit for a bit and we will come back. But for yous, it will probably just be 1 second. For me, I'm going to let this sit for maybe 10 minutes. You know, allow some time for your different combos to marry together, you know, to do its chemical thing. I kind of want to add in some of the Woodford very fine, very rare buzzwords, and level it off. But let's pour some up first. You know what? We'll give it 10 minutes before we pour some up. Alright, we'll tune back in soon. I'm going to pause it for now, but for you, it'll be 1 second. And we're back 10 minutes later. Normally I want to leave it for longer, but you know what? Let's pour some up, guys. Oh, still got some Blantons in here. Oh. Alright, we just poured some out. Let's just seeing if anyone's gonna. There we go. So the blend, as creamy and as awesome as bourbon notes as there is, underneath you are getting a peated element, so there is a smoky, peated Scotch kind of vibe here. But it's still sweet. It's almost mouth-wateringly savoury. You know what? That's not bad, guys. I really want to sample this out to people. You know what? I'm gonna have a taste. Let's try this blend. It's like a roller coaster. It's like sweet, bourbon, peated Scotch comes in, then it rolls back to sweet. My goodness. I'm going to add more of the chocolate tawny in there. Well, this blend with the chocolate tawny anyway. But let's have a little sample first. I really like this by itself, to be honest. Because to have a peated version and to have a finished with port kind of version, it's essentially two different things. You know, one side we're going to appreciate that peated smoke side. One side is just chocolate. Like, this is just milk chocolate. And I love milk chocolate. It's just right as well. It's not like, you know, when you're making your poor man's port cast finish, sometimes you get this astringent, kind of acidic kind of note. You're not getting that here, which is good. But you know what? As good as that blend is, into the infinity blend. We got a mouthful left. My goodness. My goodness. See, essentially, guys, when you're making little bottle blends, you're forever going to be changing it, because every time you think you want to try it, you're going to pour some out. The fill line's going to go down. You're going to top it up with something, you know, until you think that is perfect, and then you're going to seal it. Then the blend is forever going to change. So it's like an infinity blend. Yeah, very peated. We're going to let that sit for 10 minutes and then we're going to come back. Alright. So, tune back in 10 minutes. It's going to be interesting, because we're going to drink it down again, and then what? We're going to go grab the Woodford Reserve, very fine, rare buzzwords, and we'll add that in, see how that goes. But until then, let's wait 10 minutes. Here we go. And we're back, even with this. Alrighty, so now I'm just noticing, what is with all this floating bits in there, eh? That must be from the cork. Alright. Well, 10 minutes has passed. The debris has settled. Let's pour some up. Oop. Alright. See what I mean, guys? Fill line down again. Here we go. Man, I want to let that sit for a bit. Well, I figured while I was grabbing some things, we have here the Bundaberg that was first filled into the Australian red gum. So you know what, let's sample some of this in a little mini Glen. Very dirty little mini Glen, mind you. It's Bundaberg, alright. Oh man. Ooh. Crazy. That is Bundaberg butterscotchy red gum. I kind of want to add that in just to see what it does. But man, this is awesome too. It's like sweet, creamy creme brulee. Vanillas, the caramels, the slight chocolatey notes, milk chocolates. Beautiful. The peatedness comes in mid-palate. You know what, that's awesome. I like it. But you know what? We are experimenting, so this is what I mean. Now we're just going to add in this Bundaberg OP rum that has been soaking in the Australian red gum. We may as well add that in. Oh. Alright. Let's shut that. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Oh man. And then we have some very fine, very rare buzzwords, so you know what, we're going to definitely top that up in there as well, so. But before we do, man, now I'm like, we better let this sit for 10 minutes. 10-minute intervals. Oh, that's good, man. That's good. That is a roller coaster. That is a journey. But we're going to let it sit. We are going to let it sit. And I am going to experiment with the rest of these little ones too. Seeing as they're all here. Man. You know what? All these little ones can combine into here. What do you guys think? Here we go. We're going to combine it. Alright, so the last of the blend with the chocolate tawny. Let's just add it in here. Bada bing, bada boom. Boom. And now the Bundaberg OP that was aged in the red gum. Let's stick that in here. Boom. There you go. That's a Bacardi lid. That one is not that one. Here we go, that's this one. And the horsey one is White Horse. There you go. Alright, tune back in 10 minutes. We're going to pour up some of this one. 10 minutes later. Alrighties. Alright. Let's pour up the newly advanced combo, giving it some more room to allow more tweaking and twerking. More room. Alright. Let's have a little nose. How do you like this glass, eh? I mean, this isn't a Glen, but how awesome is the shape? Good for lower proof. Higher proof, maybe you want less of a small opening. Now, essentially, all the Glens, they were created for lower proof scotches, keep in mind. Oh, that's pretty good. all the components in it. You know what? It's all about the taste. Here we go. Wow. What a journey. What a journey that is. Alright. Now, we are going to, since it's down again, we are going to add another component. You already know what component it is. Buzzwords, buzzwords. Very fine, rare bourbon buzzwords. Alright. Let's add some in. This makes it a very more rare blend. Alright. This is what I mean, guys. Create your own limited edition blends using, you know, your own hard to find juice. Oh, look at this. Beauty. You know what? We can top off this blend here, since you guys are the only ones to know what is in here, because we are doing this on the spot, unedited, unscripted. We're just going with it. So here, we're going to open up this. Alright. Alright, we're adding in the blend. I mean, adding in the very fine, rare buzzwords. Damn, that's dangerous. Uh-oh. Oh, I spilled some. Ugh. Saving the rest. Alright. Okay then. There you go. That is its own blend that we just kind of concoctioned up on the spot just then, guys. You guys have seen that. And then we have here the blend with the added very fine, rare buzzwords. So tune back in another 10 minutes to see how that tastes. Man, this is what I mean. This is experimenting, guys. This is blending 101. This is just, but obviously you want to keep more measuremented. You know, you could, I used to do more big size bottles. All right, so then you could grab another bottle, you could fill it up, then you could get a permanent marker, mark it on your bottle, say, you know, whatever, Wild Turkey 12 or whatever, you know, and then your next section will be whatever it is that you add in. So honestly, bigger bottles is the way to go if you can afford it, or if you have enough different open up whiskies to do it. At the moment, we got bottle kills, so we're making a little mini blend. Alright, but tune back in 10 minutes. We're gonna try this out. Man, going over 20 minutes, so tune back in again soon, guys. For you, it'll be 1 second. 5 minutes later. We ain't at 10 minutes yet, but while we're here, I may as well pour up some of this one. Alright, so. Oh my goodness. I'm just being honest. Alright. Very fine, rare, bourbon buzzwords. Alright. While we wait. That is sweet. But it's got its own sour vibe to it. I mean, considering everything that we've been blending is deeper, darker funk. Not bad. I'm just gonna have a sip. Here we go. I mean, it is low proof, but it's delicate. It's complex in a delicate way. You know what? 10 minutes. Fuck it. Alright, we have the blend. Here we go. Into the glass with the very fine, very rare buzzwords. Which still allows a little bit of room to play, or you can leave it as it is, because that's maybe how much you would fill it up. Now you would want to dip that in some wax. Ooh. What is that? That is very creamy, very creme brulee vibes, like I've been saying. Because the vanilla and the caramel is really jumping out. It's almost like cheesecake-ish. Like a vanilla cheesecake. The peated Scotch element is faded in the background. But let's see if it comes out on the palate. Now, when I used to make blends, I used to blend it, I used to seal it, and I'll come back to it in 1 year's time. At the moment, we're giving it 10-minute intervals. So take that as a grain of salt. But, like Bruisel's mistake for his first release, he didn't let it vat long enough. So that's essentially what we're doing here. So you're meant to let it do its thing, let it chemically marry, you know, let it combine, you know, give it some time to let it do that, and then yeah, it's going to be a little bit different by the time you get to try it. But you know what, let's have a taste. Here we go. Cheers everyone. Drink responsibly, especially when you're tasting blends. The peated element is ever so slightly. That's good. It's subtle. It's not going to scare you away if you are not used to your peated scotches. So it's like a really subtle peat element in the background. You know what? That's awesome blend, guys. That's an awesome one. Man, I like that. But you know what? While we're being funky and creative, let's just top it up with the topped up blend that we just created. So you know what? Here we go. Since it's already combined up something for us, we're just going to top it up with this. And then that we can top up with some more very fine, rare buzzwords. And then we'll just let that sit. And then we're going to let this sit. Boop, boop. Now we let that sit for some time. And then we're going to have to sample it to bring it down from the neck a bit. So, tune back in 10 or 20. 3 hours later. Anyways, tune back in soon, guys. And we're back. Alrighties. Let's sample some of this blend right now. Here we go. Alright, here we go. So essentially, yeah, that's how you'd want a bottle to look, right? And that gives us enough sampling portions. Alrighties. So this is going to be the end result of this blend. So I hope everyone kept track of what I was doing with the blend, because I sure wasn't. Oh man. There is just so much going on with it. The sweetness in it, the creme brulee vibes, the vanillas, the caramels. So awesome. I'm not getting any of the peatiness coming through. Maybe very faintly on the background. You know what? All about the taste. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Who enjoys blending? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to 30 minutes. We're going to have to end this soon. So let's just say final taste, final verdict. Here we go. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Done. Blend. 1 of 1 done. This is going to be worth so much money. I should enter it into competitions. What if it wins? If that's even legal. If you can legally do that. That is so good. That is so good. Let me try some of this little bottle though. Little bottle in a normal Glen. Or more of the rum elements coming through in this one. Oh, I can get that red gum though. Oh. You know what? That is so unique. The Australian red gum element in it. Even though this is pretty good by itself already, we're going to add more of this element in there. Boom. Oh. Alright. That would allow me to have a little taste in the future. And we're going to save this one away. Alright. There you go. Alright, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you enjoy blending. Do you do these kind of experimenting? You're probably going to do it a lot more measured than me. This is just me, just, you know, not planned, not doing it out there. No notes, no nothing like that. This is just me killing some bottles and showing you guys what you could do when you're killing the bottles. You can make little blends, guys. Another one bites the dust. Another one down, another one down, another one bites the dust. Alright guys, much love. I'm going to be repeating myself. I'll catch you all on the next one. Blend away, guys. Experiment. Blend away. Look at this. 1 of 1. There's only 1 of these bottles ever made, and you just witnessed it. There you go. Alright, later all. I'll catch you all on the next one. Drink responsibly, and don't drink and drive. Later everyone.